Hello, 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 everyone. Hope you all are having a great time and welcome to Open Hacks with us today. Um, I'm your Major League Hackathon coach Manya, and I have with me today um, Khushi. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone? This is Khushi's first hackathon, so we're so excited to have us here with us. Actually, second, sorry.
Hey everyone, I am
Khushi
Khushi
Mahavar,
Mahavar,
and
and
I'm
I'm
one
one
of
of
the
the coaches
coaches
at
at
Major
Major
League
League.
Hacking. So,
So,
I this is my
this is my
first first
first
party
party
event
event
from
from
Major League
Major League
Hacking.
Hacking.
So I'm
So,
super
I'm super
excited for
excited for
this.
this.
Let's
Let's
see
see
how it
how it
goes.
goes.
We hope that all of you will have a great time. And right now, you are hosted by MLH Hackathon. We actually host one of these every single weekend to make sure that you always have something to do and something to attend. And we're so excited to have all of you here with us. Each of our events actually have a theme, as you might be aware if you've done this before, but it's only there for inspiration. So don't worry about it too much if you can't think of an idea around our given themes. If you're joining us from North American or European region, we'll actually be hosting another NA time zone friendly hosted by MLH Hackathon shortly for you. So make sure to go check out their opening ceremony. The event is called Map Hacks 2, and the opening ceremony will happen later in the evening today at 7 p.m. ET. But if you're joining us from the APAC region, welcome to Open Hacks. So excited to have you guys here for the weekend. It's actually all about building open source software today, and I could not be more excited for an event. I've been contributing to open source for about 2 to 3 years now. It's been such a great time in the community for me, and I hope all of you build really cool projects today. So make sure to keep your projects open source. uh, you have the opportunity to build your favorite hacks together this weekend. So right now, starting from right now, MLHs will actually be online at all hours to make sure that you have a great time this weekend and that we can answer any of your questions. You can come to us with literally anything, questions, if you want feedback on your projects, or if you're just getting bored and want to chat. We are there for you, you know that always. Your MLHs for this weekend are obviously me and Khushi, as stated before, and you have Alina, Christine, and Paul, who are also so thrilled to be here. So, what is Major League Hacking? We are a global hacker community with over 500,000 hackers, just like all of you. So glad that you have decided to be a part of our community. You can also win community points with us by joining member events, global hack weeks, and hosted by MLH hackathons like the one you're doing right now. So if you're from a college, university, school, make sure to put in those details in your submission, and your school wins points for that. So we have our next Global Hack Week happening very soon. It's around APIs. So make sure to check it out and register for them. Yeah. So what exactly is happening at Open Hacks? Let's discuss that. Next 48 hours are going to be jam packed with so much stuff that you all are going to enjoy a lot. Use this time to learn, share, make friends, and just have a good experience overall in the weekend. We have mini events so that you can get to take a break from your hacking and you can just relax, have fun, and meet more people. Starting with today's mini event, which is Make It Meme. I'm sure you all will enjoy it so much. It's going to happen very soon at 10 p.m. IST. Followed by tomorrow, we will be playing probably a favorite game for a lot of you. It's Tetris. It's going to happen at 1 p.m. IST. All of this will happen on Discord, so make sure to join it there. Then the last mini event for tomorrow would be a sneak cybersecurity challenge. So if you wanted to explore the cybersecurity place, this is the event to attend. Moving on, how will you get to know other hackers this weekend? Obviously, you can always strike up conversations on Discord, but we also have a special event for all of you. We run hacker hangout sessions, and we'll be doing that at 9:30 p.m. IST tomorrow. So make sure to join that if you want to learn about other hackers, just have casual conversations and forget about your hacks or projects for a while, right? So I've spoken about Discord so much, right? What else do you need to know about Discord this weekend? Well, hosted by MLH hackathons take place on the MLH community Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord server yet, make sure to go and join that. This is where you will chat, ask questions, and meet everyone else in the community. So the link for that is discord.mls.io. So make sure to go there and join the server. Now, once you get there, and if you don't know what to do, here is a small screen cap to help you with it. Make sure that you head to the channels and roles section, and from there, just select the hackathon that you're attending. So, for example, this weekend you're attending OpenHacks, so make sure to go there and select OpenHacks, and you will get the required role for the weekend. Yeah, then let us know that you're here so that we can send you your weekly swag. Register for this event by going to this link that you can see on the screen. It's hackpack/openhacks. And once you've registered for the event, then also make sure to check in for us so that we know that you registered and you are here. So the link for that is hackback/openhacks. Check in, and finally make sure to update your address at the link that you can see the screen here, so that we know the exact address where we should send you your prizes or your swags. Right? So we've spoken a lot about the logistics. Now let's talk about what tools we can give you to work with this weekend. First of all, thanks to our friends at GitHub, you can actually get a chance to win a GitHub swag bundle by using GitHub in your projects. So the team that uses GitHub in the most creative way wins a prize. So head on to hackpack/GitHub if you want to get more resources about GitHub around how to use it. Followed by our friends at CockroachDB, which actually are giving you a forever free tire. So make sure to go to this link and get their database. CockroachDB is actually used by so many industries and projects that use CockroachDB in the most efficient way. They have an elegant database. We give you a 3D printing pen, which is the coolest device there. The third and a very exciting tool that we have for you is GoDaddy Registry, where you can obviously get free domain names for the weekend, and you can also use their website builder to actually build websites without much code. And the team that gets the most creative domain name this weekend will actually win a hack from HomeKit. So this is the code for this weekend that you can see on the screen. You'll also find this on Discord, so don't worry if you can't note it down or whatever. And the domain you can be claimed at tech.study. So just go there and get your free domains. And I want to see some exciting, interesting domains for this weekend. So make sure to register for them. We also have Twilio helping you out by giving you $50 US worth of credit for for this weekend's hack. So the most creative use of Twilio will actually win a Game Go console. So make sure to check in them out. You can also see the weekend code for Twilio on your screen here. Last but not the least, the project, which uses the most sustainable resources and try to build a sustainable hack, wins awesome Lego sets, thanks to friends at Avanade. So yeah, that would be all of the tools. So looking forward to our best sustainability hack for this weekend. I hope you guys build something super cool and it can be a nice open source project. And wow, this can actually be a very cool weekend for projects. So apart from the tools that we have on our sponsor prices, we also do have other prices for you this weekend. So the best UI UX for a project wins an award for any design that stands out and calls out to us. After that, if you code for the society, which means you build an open source version of a product that is currently paid, we would like to find the best project out there this weekend doing this and give you a prize. So think of a project that you really like but is not available for free for everyone and try to make an open source version for it. Exciting stuff there. Obviously, we also do have our 3 overall prize winners, but I am really excited to look at the project submitted for Code for Society and see which softwares you all try to build in an open source way. So apart from this, what else is going to happen this weekend? Well, we'd like to just tell you about the MLH Fellowship Program. We have the summer batch starting in May, and it's a 12-week internship alternative where you work with companies or open source projects, and you get to work with a lot of cool people. You have great mentors, and you just build a great network while also working on some really cool open source or closed source project with companies. Well, do you need anything else to be, to have a good project this weekend? Well, the most important thing for us is that you submit a demo, because we don't consider projects that do not have a demo. Every team that submits a demo and makes sure that the dev post page is complete actually wins an I demoed sticker, and it is custom made for this event. So every hosted by MLH hackathon that you attend, you get a customized I demoed sticker for you, so that you can show off all the different events where you've completed a project and demoed something, because that's great. We want you to show off everything that you've done this weekend, regardless of how far you've come. You might have an idea in your head that you think that you've not reached, but we are so excited to see everything that you've built. So obviously there might be questions about how you can create a good demo. Well, just make sure that you include a 2-minute video demo. Make sure it should be a video, and that you show us what you've built. So if you have a prototype, it's a website, app, it's a machine learning model, show us how it was built, show us what you've made. That's so much more important to us than fancy slides or presentations. So we care a lot more about what you've done this weekend. The other most important thing is, since definitely this is open hack, make sure to have a public code repo. Your code should be visible. We should be able to see exactly what you did, how you worked on. And obviously, if it's an open source project, everyone needs to be able to access it in the future. So do not forget that in your submissions, please. Finally, all your hard work will go to waste if you don't make a dev post submission. So make sure to submit on dev post on the link that you see on your screen here by 2:30 p.m. IST on Sunday. So that is everything that you need to know about the demos. And now, talking to all of you on a more serious note, understanding that you all are members of this community, we want to make sure that hosted by MLH hackathons are a safe space for everyone. So by agreeing to be a part of our event, you also agree to follow the code of conduct. If you haven't read this, it's actually a very small, brief code of conduct that you can very quickly read. So make sure to go on this link, read the code of conduct, and if at any point of time during the weekend you feel like someone's misbehaving with you, or your privacy is being invaded in any way, you can reach out to me or any other member in the team who's available at that time, and let us know what's going on. You can also, if we are unavailable, you can also send an email to incidents@mlh.io team, or if it's even more urgent and you can't get hold of any of us, you can give a phone call to our incidents helpline, and the number for that you can find on the screen when you go to read the code of conduct. So that's all I have on that note. Well, so this weekend, let's keep in touch. Let's make sure, let everyone know that you're hacking this weekend. So use our hashtag for this weekend, which is hashtag OpenHacks. And you can also be a part of our social media raffle and get a chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So what you have to do for it is you have to follow Major League Hacking and make sure that you're also posting about this weekend by using the hashtag OpenHacks. So just my final word of advice for you this weekend is that team up with other people, team up with strangers, people you've never met before. Great time to make new friends and meet people and have a lot of fun. Don't forget to star your favorite open source projects this weekend. If you've ever seen open source projects before, you know how they thrive on the number of stars you get, and it becomes sort of important as a metric to see how many people are following your project, how many people liked your project. So don't forget to do that. Spread some love over GitHub and have fun. I know I've spoken a lot and I see that there are a lot of comments coming here. So this is the time when we address any questions or concerns that you have for this weekend. If you're not sure where to begin, ask us, because we are live and we're starting a live Q&A for you. I'm going to start from the very top. Let's see what questions we have. And hi to all the highs that we've received here, folks. Open source for the win. Yes, 100%. Yes. Well, we're glad that you're here, and I hope you learned a lot this weekend too. Okay. Okay, I see a lot of hacker conversations happening, so I will skip past that. Sorry to hear that. Whatever you can build and whatever time you have, you can just submit to us. We don't expect that you will be given all of 48 hours of this weekend to us or the hackathon. So whatever free time you can find, submit a small project with us. Sometimes small projects also do great things. Okay. I'm thinking of making a website to guide beginners to the open source world. Sounds like a great idea. A lot of people, when they get started, don't know what to do. You obviously all have a lot of video tutorials, but at the same time, yeah, it can be very daunting. So having a website or forum to guide around that could be really cool. Mm, yes, so I already see a lot of other people have excitement around it. Good stuff. Okay. So I see. That was funny. I just read that. Okay. A lot of hellos here. Nice to meet all of you. When will the recording of this be posted on the MLH page? I'm not sure of the exact time, but usually I think Twitch does show you like the past live sessions. So I think once we are over, you should be able to see everything that was said before. And if you've missed out on any information, don't worry because everything's there on Discord. If you don't know how to join our Discord server, well, the link is discord.mlh.io. Once you get on there, you can just get hold of me or Khushi right now, and we can guide you through whatever needs to be done this weekend. So, yeah, get hold of us if you don't know, if you can't figure it out. Uh, thanks. I love the acknowledgement that this chat is actually a mad chat, and I am trying to go through all of it, trying to understand where are the questions and where do I get in. Okay. Yes. It's yeah, thanks for these links everyone. It's also available on YouTube so you can go see these streams on YouTube also. Oh, that's really sad to hear, Arman. Hope you have a good time hacking with school stress. Okay, first time in open source, in fact, in a first time in a hackathon. How can I proceed or what should I look out for? This is actually a very nice question. What kind of project you should make? I would say this is your first hackathon. Try to think of something that you've been trying to learn. Hackathons are a great way to just use that time to learn something that you've been wanting to learn for the longest time ever. That'll be the first thing. Second is because this is like a open source theme hackathon, I would say think of like a common tool that you use on an everyday basis. Think of whether that tool is given out for free or not. One example of a tool that everybody uses and is not given out for free is, say, Microsoft Word, right? We obviously have open source versions of it, and I'm not asking you to build a word editor, but I'm just giving an example of something that everyone uses on a daily basis and is not available to use for free. So that would be regarding your idea. Second thing is how should you go about the hackathon? So one thing that really helps is having a team. So a lot of people do choose to do it alone, and sometimes that can be a lot of fun. But if this is your first hackathon, it'll be so much more cooler if you do find a team of 2 or 3 people and you're able to work alongside them. It just makes the whole experience so much better. And that if you forget something, there's someone else reminding you. And once you've created the team, make sure that you start with a GitHub project. Make sure to choose a license for your projects. This is something that's important for open source projects, because if your project is open source, then it should technically have an MIT license or an Apache license. There needs to be a license associated with it so people know how to use and how not to use it. And then once you have created your GitHub project, that is when I'd say start committing stuff to it and just using your GitHub repository throughout the weekend to actually keep track of all the work that's being done. Yeah, and make sure to don't forget to join Discord. And if there's anything that I missed and you have more questions about, feel free to shoot them at me, and I'd be happy to take them. Okay. What if we build a website and it is considered open source if we just upload the HTML, CSS into a repository. Yes, so technically this will be considered open source because you're not wrong. You will be putting this out there in the public. Again, licensing changes how code is viewed. The other thing is you should also think about whether this adds a utility to someone, whether this is something that people can maybe contribute to in the future, and a few things like that. Like if you build, say, a promotional website and put that on GitHub, technically that is open source, but does that qualify as open source software? Not really. But say you build a website and you call it a template for XYZ stuff, and then you ask people to maybe add other templates to it, other examples, that definitely counts as open source because now that is something that people can take and then use it further. So you can do that. Yeah, yes, that's very true. Arman's actually a high school student and he can actually guide you very well on how to just get started. Yeah. So, can we have pizza in a hackathon? Well, Yash, I definitely am not going to stop anyone from eating pizza on a weekend. That's what I do. So, we can all order pizza at our places and eat it. uh, okay. Yes, I am still reading. Yes. Okay, this is a good question. I'm already a contributor in an open source library. Do those count or should I make a new project? So, while I love that there are people contributing to open source projects here, that unfortunately does not count as a project for the weekend. And our purpose is for to promote and like encourage all of you to build your open source projects. So yeah, unfortunately, any contributions that you would have done in the past or you're doing right now don't count as submissions for this hackathon, and the projects that you submit should be started over this weekend. Are there any GitHub tutorials you suggest, or what should I learn about GitHub for this hackathon specifically? So, first thing is obviously, I think you should go to GitHub and just try to like go around the interface. You can use their documentation to understand how to create a project and how to work with stuff. But more than GitHub, I think so. GitHub is the software where it's like a portal where you can create your repositories and do work, but the actual version control that GitHub provides you actually happens via Git. So if you don't know Git, I would ask you to learn Git first. And I actually know an amazing source for learning Git. It tries to sort of visualize it for you, but I will have to find that. I think I found it. Okay, I'm going to share that link. Um, this is how I learned Git in the beginning because it can get so confusing with so many branches and rebase and merge. Like you don't know what you're going through. So you can try to follow follow sort of this tutorial. It shouldn't like you can just skip to things that you want to learn, and that should probably help you. Hope that was helpful. Again, if you have more specific questions, I can go through them in more detail outside the stream on the Discord server. Yeah, contributing to existing projects will actually take a lot more time. So maybe building your own thing would be simpler. um, yes. Okay. Thanks. Here, just yes, I mean basics push and pull will be good, but again if you're working with like multiple people, so it's always good to not work on the main branch, and it's helpful to use different branches, push that code, and then sort of go around there. um yes, I love the answers here. It's actually true. Hackathons are a space where you have to build a project in very little time. Yeah. Yes, everyone who registers for the event, then checks in and shares their address with us will be sent swags for the event. Yeah. We very interesting hashtag and movement we have going here. Pizza for MLH Virtual FPH. Wish that could be a reality, but we're all too far away geographically for that to happen. Um um, yes. Yes. Time to think. It is the hardest part, but sometimes it's also like the most fun part. So good luck to you for thinking of a project idea. Yes. Okay. I think I saw my comment. I was like, okay, I have probably done a decent job of coming this far if I can see something that I sent. Um, you learned Git in the fourth and fifth hackathon. Well, that's good, Arman. I mean, you still learned Git a lot earlier than most of us did in our lives. Um, yes. Okay. I have crossed all the chat and all the questions. But if there are any questions that I still didn't address or we couldn't get to, please let us know in Discord. We are there. Yes, thank you, Yash. I don't deserve just a slice. I deserve a whole pizza for going through this. But yeah, on that note, thank you so much for joining us for the opening ceremony. I hope to see all of you on the server and looking forward for this very fun theme and very fun weekend. Have a great time, guys. Bye bye, and see all of you later.